what you need to know about headings is they describe your most important topics. They have an indirect benefit. They say they don't impact SEO, but people skim the page, right? So I know. H1 tag. Google has said you can have more than one H1 tag on, so that's your title on a page. I would recommend against that. Your title tells people what the article or the service is about, right? You're going to want your keyword in more than one heading. So in an H1 tag, maybe an H2 tag, do that question answer things. Remember, people skim. So when you start reading an article that you like, start paying attention. What are their headings? What are they doing? Do they have an ordered list? Do they have an unordered list? Right. The other thing about headings is don't go past H3. So avoid H5 and 6. You can go up to H4. The reason being is H5 and 6 are reserved for really technical writing and they're not needed. Like simple is better, right? We want to help people stay focused. Now, oftentimes people will choose different headings based on sizes. Just know you should have more control over the sizes of the headings, and it shouldn't be just related to an H5 tag is like this big and an H2 is like that big. Like your job with your headings is to help people stay focused, to make things more accessible so people understand the content and what they're getting, like how to, why to, what is, right? Keywords and synonyms in the headings are often helpful, so that LSI kind of stuff. The other thing is try to keep them in order. So you can have an H1, you'll never have an H4 above an H1. You should never have an H2 above an H1. You can have an H1, H2, and then H2, H2, and then H3, 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 or you can have H1, H2, H3, H2, H3, H. You know what I mean? So if you look over here on the left-hand side, we can see that the heading is the name of the product. Then we have H2 tags, which are the product description. Our H3s are our shipping, right? And then you have more H2s. So just kind of try to keep it simple.
The name for this is called semantic HTML. That's what it's called. And Google, just like Pip said, they say, oh, we don't really care about it, but they promote the hell out of semantic HTML. So obviously, if they're saying we should be doing these things, then it's best to not like do
Do it.
whatever we. Yeah, it's they're telling us they want us to do.
Yeah. The best is trying to do the H2 as the questions, because you get the question answer and then you can show up in the people also ask section. So I'm not sure if I mentioned, but just a really important side note, thin content is 300 words or less on a page. We do not want thin content on our website. That can include our contact us page. Thin content is a negative ranking factor. So say you have your keyword in your H1 tag and an H2 tag, another H2 tag has a synonym, another H3 tag has synonym, and then synonyms and your keyword are in your text. So you just, if it sounds overdone, it probably is. It's easy to overdo it, and yet it's also easy to underdo it. So you got to use your intuition with this and try. The most important part is picking a keyword and then starting to incorporate it into your site, right? Page by page.